Hi, my name is Kelsey Morgan, fellow aspiring special education teacher, and in doing this assignment, I'm seeing what my teacher puts into practice every day. I have a really great teacher that I work for, and she does show me that this profession is wearing and tearing, but it is so worth it. And in doing this assignment, I learned all of what's expected as a teacher. We're meant to be our best selves, being dedicated and committed to our job and to the profession of teaching. And this means showing up on time, showing professional standards, holding ourselves to these standards, and creating an environment where students can trust us and feel safe learning in our classroom. As a teacher, we're meant to be these students' advocates, and it is our job to get to know these students individually and as a collective group. And as human nature in general, we just want to be known, we want to be loved, and that is a huge part of being a special education teacher. Not always can these students communicate with us well, and so I believe that it is our duty as a teacher to get to know them as far as their weaknesses go, as far as their strengths go, what these students like, what they don't like. It's important to help these students realize that they can be themselves and that they can succeed. And in order to do that, we need to set realistic expectations for them. And to be fair to all these students, we need to treat them with compassion and to respect where these students have come from. These groups of students are diverse, and they're going to have different backgrounds, different disabilities, different personalities. They're all raised differently, and we need to respect that as a teacher. And it's really important to learn from our own mistakes, to take feedback from our fellow teachers, our fellow coworkers, and to be able to show these students that we're human and that we care and that we want to improve ourselves as well. And I think that is something that I have to work on as a first-year teacher. I struggle with feedback and being able to take it in stride and move forward with it. Sometimes I take it as criticism in the sense of someone questioning my ability, or that I'm not good at what I'm doing, or I'm not trying hard enough. And instead of that, I need to take the feedback I am given and the reflection that I'm offered and apply it towards growing and knowing that this is in my best interest as a teacher. I want to be someone that my students can count on. And I think some dispositions that I am successful with are getting to know my students. I'm able to connect with them with their interests, and I'm able to know them for who they are. And something that I've really been grateful for is this natural talent to just be with them, to help them laugh. And I think that's going to be really important in becoming a teacher as well. But as a teacher, we obviously are going to have our own opinions and our own biases. And I think that's a struggle because we expect a student to act a certain way based on their history. And that's not fair to the student, because they can grow and they can change. And so it's important to keep an open mind for these students' potential and where they can go as far as their assessments and their success in the academic and real life world. And we shouldn't hold these biases against students and their families either. Just because their family has a history of doing things with these students a certain way doesn't mean that we need to hold on to that. We need to be open to the families and to their opinions about their students. And we need to work together to create the best learning environment for their kid. And as a teacher as well, I feel like having knowledge about these disabilities already can be a bias, because we may think that one autistic kid will have very similar tics or very similar habits of another autistic kid, when in reality, just because autism is diagnosed the same as autism doesn't mean that these kids are the same. And so in being a professional and in being responsible for these students, we need to just realize that we need to love them, and we need to take their lives and their learning environment into our hands at school one day at a time. And with them and with those around us, we can create a successful learning environment. Thank you.